Real, raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the day since I was legit. Represent, that's legit. Ask your mom about it. Coldest story ever told. When the storm hit my home, I was out there on the road, ain't had nowhere to go. They used to turn their nose, emanating, I suppose. This the life I chose, every day, man, it's a show.
Guys, hi, everybody. Welcome, Authentic Ears. We back here on this fine Monday. I'm discombobulated. I got a lot of shenanigans going on. My computer went out. My mic went out. I ain't got that much sugar in my tea, but I do got some honey up in here. So this ain't no hottie toddy, but I actually need one because I've been like coughing for a little bit, and then I'm trying to multitask. I'm over here texting. I might have people in my DM, but. And what? But hey, how was y'all week? How was y'all weekend? How was your day? Jazz. I was gonna say Cam, but you know Cam is such a gentleman. He gonna say, ladies first. Are you muted, Jazz?
Thank Joseph.
I think she muted.
Jazz, you mute.
Look, Cam, you tell us how your day is.
Well, man, I had to, normally I work from home, but I had to go in the Austin office today. So I thought I was going to go in there and it was just going to be a chill day, man. But from the time I walked in, it was, it was just balls to the wall. So I was like constantly going like the whole day. Appreciate that, Joseph. And I was just tired. I'm wore out. It was rough today. And I got to get on the plane in the morning. So I got to go to Oklahoma for work for a couple of days. So just trying to get that done, man. I just been working.
Who is this Facebook user? Log in. Go on YouTube so we can see who he is. Or drop your name or drop your initials and I'm going to see if I can figure you out or not.
Hey, I invited one of my new, one of my friends to come watch. I don't know if that's her or not, but
look, because it's time to adult almost. Jazz, are you back? Are you back? You was on before. Are you still muted?
Can you look like it's just me and you?
Me?
Huh?
Look. No, can y'all
hear me? Yeah, we can.
We can hear you, but
can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Was you muted? Look, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Hold on.
Look, I don't know what's going on because now I'm on my MacBook that I really don't know how to work. I'm getting messages on my phone. It's binging up here in the messenger. I could have sworn I hit quit messages. I don't know what's going on.
But the thing about it is you wasn't supposed to lose your number this weekend when you went out. That's why I did
not give out my number to anybody. I was out having a good time. A guy actually took me out and we had fun. Thank you very much.
How did that go, Ken? While we waiting on Jazz, I got time to be nosy.
Why you ain't asked me that when we was backstage? Huh?
Trying to put you out there.
Look, so it went good. It was yeah, we getting hacked, Joseph. I'm telling you, they trying to come in on us. Okay, Facebook user, I see you. Yeah, I don't know.
Joseph. She done slid out.
Look, it wasn't really a day because we went to like this little lounge thing. So he didn't like pull out my chair or anything. He bought me something to eat though, bought me a couple of drinks. Stuff. We had a good time. It was like a live band. And then we watched the fight or whatever. So yeah, I did do that. I'm almost grown now. Jazz, are you back?
I'm back. I don't
It's all good, Jan.
But shout out to my boy Joseph. Joseph, you gotta let me know when you settle. I still got that topic that you want to talk about with Cam and Sterling. So hey, look. So I don't know. Look, he ain't on
Appreciate
here.
The sympathy, Smith. Whoa, good looking out, my dude.
He finna do a prenup when he date folks.
A prenup while dating?
Look, that's what he said now. He said he's sick of this, but I said just don't move in with the girl. But we're going to talk about it. We're trying to collaborate, and shout out to all my people in the background that be sending us the topic. Because, y'all, look, check this out. If y'all want us to talk about something you think you're going to get sick, get in trouble at home, you can just send us, we'll talk about it, and we'll act like it was our idea, but we'll give you a shout out if you want us to use your initials or whatever. But if y'all got something y'all want to ask us anonymously and y'all want us to talk about it so y'all can pick an argument at home, but you got to be careful with that. We might not be on your side. You know what I'm saying? You know, you never know. You might be like, hey, tune in out there here, they talking about something, and then, you know, it might go two different ways in the house because you don't know what we're going to say, because since we're authentic, we don't even rehearse. I think we shoot each other the topic. We don't even talk about it. We just get on here and just do whatever. As always, our boy Sterling is out. Today is Founders Day for Cam them. Hey, what y'all doing today, Cam? You not there? I know you a little tired. No.
Yeah. Well, we had a weekend of events. It started off with we had a fundraiser for a school, and it was like a pearls and sneaker event. And, you know, and we got in there, man. It was at the spot called Enclave, and it was pretty lit. You know what I'm saying? So you should have seen your boy Sterling. He was strolling. He had the crowd wide. Now, you know, I was at about 10:45. I was yawning. So Sterling wrote.
You didn't stay the whole time.
No, Sterling was like, hey, I'll ride back with one of my friends.
Over there trying to be a Facebook user. Y'all go ahead on over to YouTube Bold and Driven. Subscribe, like, share. We got some hot stuff coming tomorrow, for real tomorrow, because I ain't know Mr. TMI had went on like a little 1 week vacation, and I had told y'all to tune in last week, and he was like, look, I'm still rubbing my feet together, so I don't know what they're going to be tuning into, but they can always go back and look at all our previous videos. All of Bold and Driven stuff is uploaded there. Any of the previous people that used to be on here, the ones that are still on here, and they're just pretty much taking a little hiatus for a little bit. So, you know, continue to follow us. And as always, if you need a platform, this is where you need to be at over here. So, Cam, you went to sleep at 10:45?
No, I left the event about 10:45. I came home, I was yawning. Sterling was like, he'll ride back with one of his friends. And then the next day they had a bowling event, where it was a bowling event. And then on Sunday, they all went to church. And then today was a dinner. And then they were going to be broadcasting on YouTube, the Founders Day celebration. You know, so they could all see it live. So it was a whole weekend thing. And I caught one of the events, but I still have to, you know, finish packing for tomorrow, doing some laundry. And I thought my work day was going to be like really, really short, but I was in there, you know, and then I had to drive to Austin early this morning, then drive back from Austin. And man, I'm just tired. So
look, it's like the beginning of the year. It's always going to be like that. I think it's let up for us in the springtime. I'm actually in some training that I don't want to talk about right now.
How was that? It was the first day of training?
Look, my thing is in life, if you're going to do something, do it right. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do any type of military style training and I'm there, you have to do it the correct way.
So you saying they need to have task conditioning standards, huh?
Task conditioning standards. I don't need you walking in at the last minute or nothing like that. But, you know, overall, it is a learning experience for everybody. But my expectations when I go to any type of training is all the way up here. And shout out to the United States Army. They be setting the bar for that, because you go in there and you know what I'm saying, you kind of ease in there, but they do set the bar for you to actually participate and stuff like that. So for me, just retiring, going into something, you assume that it's not any structure there, and it's really not, but it is, because the military and civilian structure to me is two totally different things. What they think is all the way right is kind of like all the way wrong for me. But overall, the lessons were really good. So I'm learning a lot of stuff.
So you were like, so pretty much it was back asswards.
I don't even know if I could say that. Y'all will know. Then next week, if I get fired, I'll let y'all know. But since y'all don't know where I work at, it don't matter. Look, but it's some shit. And you know, us as when you're young, and I hope young people, y'all need to start tuning into this, because we got some knowledge to drop to y'all, and some gems. We got some stuff that, when you're young, because I've been there and I know my job, I was kind of cocky and kind of arrogant, and a lot of times my tone, my body language came off where people didn't receive from me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I knew what I was doing, people were like, oh Lord, here she comes. You know, so I'm glad that I learned early on how to learn how to start conducting myself. And I could be frustrated, but I tried to learn how to, you know, take all the emotions and stuff out and be in the moment, and just make it where if I'm teaching someone to actually come in and actually receive. Because if you got an attitude, nobody's listening to you. If you're person, nobody is paying you no type of, you might think you're getting somewhere, but the end state is not, they tune you out, because a lot of people don't respond to attitude, neck rolling, or anything like that. But that's something that I've learned, and I'm glad I learned it early instead of later, because it could be detrimental to when you're actually helping younger people come in and you're teaching them how to develop themselves. So,
don't do that.
I can't stand Joseph. Hey,
my knee is not ashy. I was gonna say something, but I'm
don't say it, Jasmine.
I ain't gonna start with him. No, I'm not gonna say.
But he still didn't tell me when he gonna be free with all these, free from all this traveling that he doing. See, he been all over the place, but he ain't been down here yet. But it's all right. Jasmine, how was
my weekend?
Oh, weekend. Let's talk about your weekend then.
My weekend was good. I went to a fight party at my girl's house to watch Davis and Garcia. Did y'all watch that fight?
I watched it, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't all that, but it was good. Yeah. And I slept most of the weekend. And then that's pretty much it. Did my hair, slept, ate. And then this morning I had a lunch date today.
Oh, is it the guy that asked you, could he use you as a reference? Damn, did she tell you about this?
Hey, so give us the rundown on this, Jack.
Under the fucking influence.
Look, so I started talking to this guy. I met him at my girlfriend's birthday dinner, right? And we're talking, and he presented himself really good, right? And then it hasn't even been a month, and he goes to ask me. He texts me for one. He didn't call. He texts me and asked me if he can use me as a reference. I'm like, a reference is what? He was like, for a job. I'm like, okay, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't know you. What do you want me to say on this reference call? Like, I'm confused. And he was like, tell him you my old manager at Toyota.
I swear I did not spit my. What you got to say? What you got to say, Cam?
We haven't even been talking for like a month.
You know, the thing about it is where she lost me is if you have to say, what do you want me to say? That's a problem right there.
What a problem.
You see what I'm saying? So that lets me know that you don't know enough about this individual. You know what I'm saying? You don't have enough historical data on this individual to even attempt to vouch for him. Yeah. And then you go out there and you putting your good name out there. Then next thing you know, Jazz, we hearing that sad story again. Next week, you'll tell us the stupid stuff he did done. Now you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh no, it's a wrap. I'm cool on that. I really do hope he
hold on. Did the people call for the job?
The people didn't even call, y'all.
Did he get the job? He didn't get it.
Oh, Jazz, so you just out here giving references on text.
Live for the black man, baby. Make sure he get a job. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But that's what King be talking about, those representatives, because the way he presented himself,
he got it together.
It's like he got things in order. He got things together. But then when you get to the middle of it, when you get to the yolk, it's still soggy. I don't like soggy eggs and stuff like that. So he's a little soggy.
It was running.
It was a runny egg. It ain't my type.
Jazz, I would be very weary of him, and I ain't gonna even talk about him all too bad because I don't even know the man. But what type of we all use people for references, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have no homeboys that work in corporate America that you can use for reference. you ain't got nobody but me, so. Now I'm feeling like you're not who you say you are because the people that really know you ain't gonna vouch for you. Because I feel like I could call any one of my friends.
It was a scale.
Hey, but let me tell you how Jazz started it, Kenya. She was like, when I met this guy, he was tall, he was dark, then it just went to crap from now. You know what I'm saying?
but you know, that's how it be sometimes.
Yes.
Like, and we talk about this, Cam, because Sterling did you 2 weeks in a row, but Sterling was on vacation last week, and then he got something important to do today. But we talk about this, but y'all always jump on us. But this is what is out there when you see this nice 5'7" man, you know what I'm saying, with the scar over his eye, you know what I'm saying, he got on a black sweater with some Greek letters on it, and then you find out he ain't about nothing.
You find out what?
He ain't about nothing.
No, but see, most of the time, y'all not gonna even look at the 5'7" brother, because I'm too short.
No, don't do
that. I can't be with him. We the same height when I got my heels on.
Don't do that because we had this conversation. I've dated men that I'm only 5'4". I've dated men that were about 5'5", and I would wear my heels around. It just depends on the man and the swag, like how he carries himself. If you could be 6 foot and lanky and looking crazy and just you know, if that's not what catches my eye, you could be 5'6" and you just got this swag about yourself. You carry yourself good. You just this type of man.
You like it, you what know, you see?
It's not on you.
Everything designer, that's on me. Hey.
It's not on you, it's in you. But it is some women out there that prefer tall men. And I think a lot of times, especially now, they like the aesthetics of relationships.
So
you say what, Ken?
I have very seldomly dated what's tall? Average is 5'.
Well, the average man is around. The average man height is what 5'9", 5'10". When you start getting up in the 6, you know that's why I be saying a lot of y'all women, you're gonna set yourselves up for failure. A lot of women are gonna set themselves up for failure because when you look at the historical data, let's go in. I briefed y'all on the percentages of what men are over 6 foot and what men are over 6'3". So if y'all want those type of men, some of y'all gonna be side chicks because the numbers just don't add up in reference to how many women we have in this world, in reference to how many 6 foot men we have in this world, in reference to how many 6'3". So some of y'all gonna be mains, and some of y'all gonna be sides, and some of y'all gonna be what they call the ones that's like after the side.
I don't know. The midnight snack.
I don't know.
You know that's what it's gonna be. You know.
The midnight snack.
Look.
What up, Uncle Junior? How you doing?
I'm not.
Okay, hold on. You see what Bolden Driven said? Can we do the same thing to tall women though?
No, we do what?
Y'all stay on Megan Thee Stallion. Thomas, she too tall.
What you mean too tall? Let me tell y'all one of my stories that happened to Cameron Hines in around 2009. We had this little club down here called the Players, right? And I see this, you know, I don't drink alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't deal with any of that. So I see Shorty sitting down. She's sitting down at the bar, and I seen the way as long as her legs were. I could already tell she was about. I'm thinking she probably about 6'1". So me back then, I thought I was like that dude. Back then I was probably about 20 pounds heavier. I was buff. I'm working up. So I'm walking up to her, right? And as I get about 3 steps from her, she was like, "What do you want, little man?"
Okay, that ain't funny.
And then my homeboy behind me, he was like, when you go to the skeet shoot and go, pull to shoot him down like me, and I got shot down. So, but I was like, whatever.
But you know what? She probably missed her lesson right then and there.
I wasn't worth nothing then though.
You was gonna ask her to be a reference for you.
Hey, I got this. Hey, matter of fact, I'm going to get this furniture down there. What's the place?
What was the place on Rancier?
Yeah, what's the place? I need you to be a reference.
Was it Aaron?
Nah, because they're not gonna be calling me next month talking about they need to get in contact with you because you ain't paid your bill. And I barely even know.
That should go Rent-A-Center. So I'm gonna go to Rent-A-Center. I got my furniture and some rims from there. And I'm giving Jazz as a reference.
No, you ain't. I let him y'all, it's so crazy. I let him put me down as the reference though.
But like you said, Jamie, you was trying to make sure that man secure him a job for the next woman. He could be prepared and he'll already have a job. Clearly, he probably didn't get the job. But
I don't think he got it.
Yeah, because he would text you and say, "Girl, thank you for being my reference."
Mm-hmm. But you see how you see how you go ahead.
He asked me, he said, "What happened?" I said, "Well, what?" He said, "You just kind of disappeared." I didn't know what to say, so I disappeared.
So you put him
I was like, it's nothing to say. Like, you got something from me. You got a reference. You got a whole reference.
But Jasmine, you don't think you owe that man, hey, in the future when you meet women, you're not supposed to ask him to be your reference.
That part. Because Jasmine, take it like this, Jazz.
He should understand that, which is clear that he probably doesn't.
You can't assume, Jazz. You had an opportunity to educate that black man. You know what I'm saying? For future reference.
I did. I asked, I said, "What do you need a reference for?" He said, "I'm trying to get this little job." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "You don't have anybody else?" He said, "No, I got people, but I need you to be the manager."
So he set up him a whole little network.
So he's very aware of what it is that he was doing. And I have 3 children. I don't need to be teaching no grown man that. My son, we doing college applications. I ain't got time to be telling no grown man, you need to do stuff a little bit better when I'm sitting up here trying to get these college applications together for my child.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
Okay.
That don't make sense now. And then when you think about it, what type of man is that? Like, how do I present him to my children? Like, if I was to stay with this man, how do I present that type of man to my children, to my boys? You teach boys.
But he'll know how to ask for a reference.
He gonna tell my nephew, the 116, just the girl that you met at the school, just ask her to be your reference. And then,
I didn't find him in the hood, y'all. I found him. He had a turtleneck on.
Well, turtleneck made him sophisticated. Jam, we ain't playing with you today.
Did he have the turtleneck on with like a nice blazer or something, Jazz, up on?
No, he had on some nice fitted pants, not too tight, and a turtleneck. He was very respectful. He was like, "What are you drinking?" I'm like, "Oh, it's my girl's birthday. We're all drinking." He was like, "Oh, I got everybody."
And you owed him when he paid for
Oh, okay. I get it. I had to pay him back.
Yeah, because now he got to get this job to make it for that money. But anyway, y'all, hey, let's talk about it under the influence. You know what I'm saying? Why do we let family and friends dictate our relationships? Or do we? When we meet somebody, the first thing that we ask is, we'll call our homegirls or our friends, "Hey, what you think about this guy?" And we get a critique, you know what I'm saying, based on what they think, not what we think. So why do we do that? when we meet somebody. We want somebody else to critique this person for us. But if I didn't feel like we was vibing together, why give you my number?
Well, the thing about it is, in the long run, do you really think, it sounds like to me that you really think you worried about, if you looking at it from that perspective, you worried about what somebody gonna think. Okay. Because if you like what you like, then I don't need Jazz's thumbs up. I don't need Kenya's thumbs up. You know, if y'all, if they're a big getter, y'all, you can have your opinion about them. But if I like them, that's what I'm rolling with. But I think we live in a world where we have people that are worried about what other people think. You know what I'm saying? And as long as this person is treating you right, has your best interest and things of that nature, then that should be most important. Somebody, like you women say, somebody that you can build with, somebody's that's consistent, somebody's all this. Who cares about the stamp of approval from your home girl?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, Uncle Junior, I see you right there. But
he said,
I didn't see it.
Single women, single.
That's the problem there. Single women keep single women single. Is that true for men? Men do the same thing soon as.
But the thing about it is, he asked I get that, Kenya, but he asked the question. He didn't ask about me.
He made a statement.
Can we stick to the current topic, and then before we go there?
We can.
I think
people
don't trust
Jazz, go ahead.
I think people don't trust themselves. They don't trust their own judgment. If you're really feeling somebody and you vibing with them, and you really like this person, what does it matter what I think? And I think that sometimes people don't know how to make their own decisions. They don't trust themselves when it comes to decision making, so they just kind of go over it. I do think that I kind of agree with Uncle Junior when he says some single women, not all, some single women keep some women single, because I'm here for all my girlfriends going on dates. I'm like, yes, girl, where y'all going? What y'all doing? Have fun. But it is some women out here that don't want their girl because they feel like they're supposed to be first. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that's supposed to be getting married. Why you? Why not me?
So you think that when single women do that, if I'm single and you're single and you meet somebody, and now that I feel like, oh, dang, she finna take off before me, I start kind of like throwing a little bit of salt, not too much. If you do something, I exaggerate it versus bringing you back and saying, hey, look at it this way. I automatically start throwing negative stuff on top of that. So, is that what you're saying, that some of the single women do that?
Yeah. So, I definitely agree.
What's going on, Christopher? What's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey.
I was trying to find. I was like, "What is his name?"
Yeah. The thing about it is, when I was watching the Uncle Junior Network one time, he had reached out, and Kenya, we need to reach out to him because one time he said he would like to be a guest on here at one time. So
he was telling me that, like, was it last week or the week before last we talked? And I don't know, I didn't go check, but I got you. Bold and Driven. I had my favorite female cousin check to see if my wife was all good when I first brought her around. Her PS meter is good. Okay, so let's talk about that. Checking, kind of like, okay, let me see how this person really is, because women do have women intuition, and I have male friends that they'll be like, what you think about her? But do you have to come from a positive standpoint? Does that person needs to be positive, in my mind, to be wanting and willing for you to actually go into a relationship, Jasmine? Like you were saying, like you all down for your girls going out on dates and stuff. Is that because you're positive and you want to see them in a healthy relationship?
Yeah, I think I believe that's what it is. Like I'm not in competition with them, so I'm not like, oh no, why is she going out and I can't go out? I want to go out, or and I think that sometimes we project our own things on other people. You know, like, oh well, girl, he only make 60,000, or well, I want a man to make, and so now I'm projecting what it is that I want on my girlfriend, but she's happy with this person, but I'm selling her my dream, wanting her to, and I'm telling her, well, you can get more, but I really want more. I'm the one that want that.
I think, Jazz, it kind of starts from who you even having in your network.
Yeah.
Those salt throwers and those personnel, I wouldn't even have them like in my network. You know what I'm saying? I would want to be around people that want to uplift me. Now I'm willing to take that constructive criticism, and those that really value you, and they're saying, hey, they're giving you some advice because they may see you straying and just saying, hey man, and they doing it out of love because they genuinely care for you and they want your best interest. But those ones that's coming at me with that negativity and stuff, I would nip that in the bud from the jump. They just wouldn't even be in my circle.
Yeah. So I'm glad I don't have friends like that. Let me say that because I am talking, but none of my friends are like that. They be for all my shenanigans.
Look, my friends gonna support my madness.
Mine too. They come in full force.
Look, but Cam, what do you think about men? Do single men keep other single men single, or do you think it's more females? We do that a little more, and this is your perspective, of course.
Okay, well, I would say and this is just me, and I'm gonna say Uncle Junior, Chris, y'all chime in, Joe, Mr. TMI, y'all chime in and help me out, because if I'm wrong, that's why I got the smart people in the group to help me out. I think women, they do it a little bit more, because men, we kind of know, hey, this ain't the dude, this ain't the dude that I want, like, even in my circle. All it takes one time for the dude to find out, hey man, I think this dude a hater, blah, blah, blah. We're not so inclined to worry about the opinion of my homeboy, especially when it comes to a girl that I'm dating. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time when a guy, especially when it's a woman that he really wants, it ain't nothing nobody can tell me. Like they can say, like Uncle Junior. Me and Uncle Junior, we're really, really close. I've been knowing Uncle Junior. Me and him was in Iraq together in 2006. I know I was getting on his nerve when I was in the talk too, so he probably gonna put that in the comments. But I would, if Uncle Junior would pull me to the side and he would come to me and say, "Hey, Cameron, you doing this, but hey, man, I want to tell you about this." You know what? I would take it into consideration, because I know he don't have no reason to hate on me. And based off the historical data that I have with him, I know he have my best interest. So I think it's about valuing who the person is that's giving you that information, no matter what the gender is, whether it's women, whether it's men. It's about the historical data you have with the person and what they have shown you in reference to, hey man, is this person a slick hater, or do they really have my best interest, if that makes sense?
So let me ask you this. So do you think that, because I've seen men that are going this way and they have that one little, can I call them a turd? Can I say that?
You can say turd.
I can say turd. Okay, because I'm trying to not drop the F-bomb.
Love you too, big dog.
Boy, or nothing like that. They have this one person in their circle that makes their whole circle look bad. And just because that's their homeboy, I have seen men say that's just how that person is. We try to deal with it. Oh, don't worry about him. So do you think that's the same that women do? Because and we're not talking about all men, but it's some men that are decent that have a very strong circle, and then they got this one little person that just causing chaos, but men stick around with that one person.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It can go both ways, but when you got men that are visionaries and they're all on one accord, they don't have that, because that person is going to get weeded out. You see what I'm saying? They're going to get weeded out, or the people that ain't feeling that, they're going to find a whole nother circle. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I believe in. I think it's about the individual, the individual, the maturity level, the vision, where they're trying to go, the group that they are hanging around.
Okay.
And see, like Uncle Junior said, not real men. Them dudes get kicked out of the wolf pack because they are a liability. And I think it's about the vision. Like I said, it's the vision of the group, and I think that should go both ways. You know what I'm saying? But women, only thing I'll say, one thing that's a little bit different from men than women. Sometimes the women, man, they get the emotion in it too much, and men are not so inclined. I ain't gonna say you do got some emotion to men, but most of the time with a man, we ain't gonna tie emotion to the stuff. Women will get emotional, get in their feelings, and sometimes I think that's where you get the difference from men and women. Not that women are beneath men or anything like that, but you're just naturally emotional by DNA anyway, by being a nurturer and being a mother. But sometimes I think that works against y'all.
Yeah. Okay, so Jazz, let me ask you this. We talked about friends. Let's talk about these family members. I have met guys that have these weird relationships with their female cousins. It's kind of, I don't even know how to explain. It be some weird relationship with these first female, and the female cousin be like, that's my cousin. Like, it's like they're more protective of that man. And they have sisters like that, but I've seen it more with the female cousins. When he's dating someone, they want to critique them. They want to say, oh, she's not good for you. So what do you think about when we allow our family to actually intervene in our relationships, and then it turns out bad? But what I will say before you answer that is, I'll stir up the pot, but when I get somebody, I'll go on about my business. You know what I'm saying? After you over there single, I don't want to talk to you no more. Yeah. So what do you think about these weird relationships? And I call it weird. It's weird to me, so it's going to be weird today. What do you think about these relationships when we have our family members inserted in the decision making and influencing us on relationships?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I don't really know too much about it, because I'm gonna do what I want to do. I think my family know that. If I want to bring them home, I'm bringing them home. My family already know. But I have encountered sometimes some people like that, where their decisions and things like that, their mom makes their decision. Like, these are married people, and y'all were in the military, but I was on the spouse side. So you would see that more. It was like more common. Well, my mom, I gotta call my mom. I'm like, you're married now. Like, let that go. And, and I get it.
You saying this is on the woman's side, that they're calling their mom, or the man?
The woman.
Okay.
The woman, where they allow some of, and I'm just gonna say, for one girl I've met, she allowed her mom to kind of tell her how to be a wife to her husband. I'm like, your mom not even married to this man. How can she tell you how to be a wife to him? They are divorced now. But it's just, it is kind of weird. I don't really see that. I'm not gonna say I don't really see that a lot with men, because now I'm thinking about something.
But the thing about it, I think a lot of the women, they suffer from that though, because a lot of times you have those mothers that, for some of them, that don't want to let go. They want to live their hoop dreams through their daughters. And also you got the ones that just didn't like, not saying that when a person is 18, they got to get out or something like that, but you ain't going out. You're not breaking that, getting out of that house, going out, starting your own life. And then by living under those parents' roofs, then you're kind of subject to their rules to a certain extent, even when you're grown. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that can be hindered by having a plan and, set yourself up so you can move on when you're at an age of 18, 19, whether I'm going to college, going to trade school, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
He out of there. Hey, but hey, you guys, if y'all, I don't know, I think it was early November. Director, help me out if you can. TMI and a couple of ladies, they did a podcast, and they were talking about this, and they were talking about how the mom could kind of come in and be overbearing. I don't know what episode that was, but of course these three people that was on there had 30 plus years of marriage, so they actually were able to actually speak, more intelligently, because they were married, they are married, and they, had to work their way up, and it probably was more years than that. But mothers, a lot of times, mothers will want to relive their dream that they wish that they had through their daughters, and then they have that kind of narcissist behavior, and a lot of times we gotta pull back. Yeah, we got to pull back and say, hey, you can be a part, you can give me advice, but we also got to look at, did our mom have a successful relationship? Is she in a marriage where she could tell you the struggles and coach you on how to do better, versus telling you this is what you need to do? Because I don't know about your friend's situation. Like, was the mom even married to even give enough information to say, hey, this is kind of how you handle these situations? Not always in your business, but just teaching young women when they come into being, because when you're a wife and you first get married, You don't know what's going on. Y'all was at the honeymoon phase. You know, you had the Cinderella phase, and then you realize that you got to be like cooking a couple of days out the week. You know what I'm saying? So you need women that have been married on how do you do that. When I was married, I used to cook from scratch all the time. I don't know. I thought that was being a good wife. And then I learned early on that I was agitated and I wasn't cooking from love and I was scorching the rice and shit. So I started doing, look, it was bad. Y'all know that rice out there in Stuttgart will scorch on you. But Uncle Ben's and Zetterins, they don't scorch you.
Hey, can you put that comment up, the Chris across the table?
I didn't even see it. You gonna go ahead on it?
Yo, I got most moms and older women are in competition with their daughters simply because they're in the same date booth.
Woo!
What
y'all got to say about that, ladies? Like, come over. What y'all got to say about that?
I don't know what I'm assuming that he's saying because the moms are single, so they out there dating too, so they try to get a man before their daughter do, or he could be saying a lot of the moms had their children when they were younger, so now you still in that age. So I don't know really what he's saying. Drop it down in there because I was out, Jasmine, when we was at Charlie's place, and the boy he had some really nice tea, and he was with his daddy. I'm a different 24-year-old little boy.
But he in the club with his dad.
Ain't you over there at the UCA campus? And you might see my daughter twerking over there because she got friends at UCA. So
true that, Uncle June.
I don't know what he really meant by that.
If we got the phone line up, Christopher, we'd like for you to call in, so you can don't break that down for us. Can you put the number up there for Chris if he has time to call in?
We got the phone line up today. I don't know, because y'all know I was late getting on here.
Hey, Christopher, you want to call in 214-449-1087 so we're not speaking for you? And, so the ladies can get an understanding of what you want to break down, if you would like to call in.
Look, I don't know what he meant. I done had a whole bunch of speculation. Y'all know I go down the rabbit hole on you real fast.
Because we don't, Christopher, and the reason why I'm saying this, because we don't want Kenya assuming.
Cameron, hold on, what's Cameron Hines? My assumption, I be the creator of a story with my assumptions and be like, hey, look, check this out. Let's go from there. But I will do that. But I don't know what he meant. The 40-year-old woman is in the same club with the college chick.
Look, and all of them got BBLs.
And honestly, that's really, I'm gonna say that's true because
I see it.
You see it all the time. My daughter finna be 23. I ain't going nowhere that she going. I'm going to a little lounge somewhere and sit down because my feet gonna be hurting. It's no reason for me to be. And then they gonna be talking to me. We seen your mama. Y'all look just alike.
I ain't gonna lie, Kenya. When I saw your daughter, I was like, "There's no way I would even looked at her on my peripheral vision in the club." That girl looked 12. We got a call on the line, Kenya. We got a call on the line.
Bet they can.
Hey, producer, can you let the caller through? Call. Hello.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on? Who's it? Who's on the line?
This is across the table with Christopher McClellan.
What's going on, Chris? How you doing, man?
I'm maintaining, man. How about yourself?
Man, I need your help, man. Can you I ain't got Sterling here with me today. These ladies on me, and I need you to break it down for me. Can you help me out?
Yeah, I can do that.
I got my notebook.
Go ahead, Chris. The floor is yours.
Okay. When I said that most older women are in competition with their daughters because they're in the same dating pool, what I mean by that is, according to mainstream media and social media and the way that the images are presented and the expectations are presented, most women want the same kind of man. So the older women are competing for the type of man that they should have picked up 20 years ago And the younger women are starting to get the eyes of the older men because we value youth and fertility.
Okay.
So that's what I mean when I say they're all in the same dating pool. They're all trying to find the same top 10, top 20% man, and that's based off of the perception that we get off of social media and off of mainstream media. They're all looking for the same kind of guy. So they're all competing for the same kind of guy. So when you're in competition, especially when it's in the dating and mating arena, it's kind of cutthroat. So a lot of older women will cut their daughters off at the D's because they're trying to get that type of man, and they think that their daughter's going to snatch it up. That's just based off of what I see.
Okay.
I'm just making an observation. This is me pulling myself out of this whole thing and looking at it from an objective point of view without me even being involved. That's just what I've been seeing.
So, Mr. Christopher, question: do you think is it more women in the pool than it is men, where the younger ladies are not able to find men their age that are going somewhere that they are looking for? Do you think that since they say men mature slower than women, is that the reason why the dating pool is so? Because a 23-year-old, like Cam just said, my daughter 22, Cam said he wouldn't even look at her because she looked like she's 12. So why do you think that is that these young ladies, and this is just his opinion, why you think the young ladies are looking for older, more established men?
Because older, more established men have resources.
Exactly.
So are they
with the nail on the head?
Where they are. This is where we hear the whole women waited to finish line conversation, because the man intrinsically has to build his value. He has to build his productivity. He has to become something. All most women have to do is be pretty and have something that the man can pull into. You understand what I'm saying? And not say the wrong thing.
So so we don't point blame, but are the men, Cameron and Christopher, are the men choosing these younger women because they're pretty, because of their looks? I know that you did mention fertility, because some men, if they are older and they're established, they probably don't have children already. So now that they're established, they're looking to start having.
Well, a lot of times, and this is no hit, and ladies, please don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of times when you get in those younger women, that those younger, more beautiful women, you have more of a chance of them not already. You do have some, there's mothers, and some of them, they don't have children and stuff already. There's a greater chance of me finding one where she ain't got no kids yet. You see what I'm saying? Most women, say for instance, we go in 35 and let's say 35 and below and 35 and up. When you look at a woman 35 and up, how many, based off, and I know we don't have any statistics here, but just based off what we assume, how many women are you going to see are likely to not have a kid when they're 35 and above? But then when you go below that, you do have some, but that's just my thought. What do you think, Chris?
I think just based off the stats, most men are not dating women with children. Unless they already have children, or unless they do not want children. And it's not because of, it's because of a lot of things, but mainly it's because of the way that the court system is trying to kind of speed up the wealth transfer, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And a lot of men want to start their own families and not continue somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris, man, you made some really, really valid points, and man, I actually learned some stuff from you too. So I appreciate your call. Y'all got any more questions for him?
No more questions. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much, Chris, man, and I appreciate your input.
Thank you.
Hey, Jasmine, you seen the comment? You was rolling your eyes. Let's get to it.
No, I didn't.
Jasmine, her facial expressions give it all away.
No, I didn't.
No. So based off Jazz, real talk, just based off Chris's feedback, because you got the right too. Like, I want to understand like how you really feel, because this is not. Don't take this. This is not an attack on single mothers. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
I don't think it is. I didn't get that from him. And I mean, I feel like men have the right to say that they don't want to date women with kids. I have and I'm a mom of 3. I don't have a problem whatsoever with a man saying that does not bother me. It don't hurt my feelings.
Relationship and then resenting the kids and don't want to have all that extra responsibility that you didn't have before. So yeah.
But I get what Uncle Junior is saying. Like, women with children are a risk to men. I hate that it has to kind of be seen like that. Like, me having kids, it's a risk from us. It's a risk because, you know, I have a daughter that might accuse you or something. My kids don't do that. We don't raise our kids like that. But it's kind of heartbreaking to hear, like, damn, men don't want women with kids because it's a risk. You know, you don't know who you're gonna fall in love with. You don't know how it'll happen. If you don't want women with kids, that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of women who don't have kids. And then someone said less drama with these younger women. These women are 23 getting veneers and BBLs. Like, they haven't even gave their body time to develop. So less drama. And then some of these women, 23, between 18, and it's all over YouTube, 18 and 25, they're making more money than the men.
Yeah.
Doing YouTube videos, shooting content. So it's just like, you know, and they might want the older guys because, yeah, they're established. They want somebody that comes along and establishing. But it is kind of heartbreaking to hear, like, okay, because I have children, I'm a risk to you. You know, and I get it. I understand it. But it's like, okay. We just,
so, you know, I'm gonna say this, Cameron, because you know, when we were growing up, you know, and I had a lot. So my family is from like Hope, Stuttgart, these little country towns. They used to say, "Don't talk to these old men because they got worms." You know what I'm saying? You're gonna catch the worms. Me and my girl Tamika, shout out to my girl Tamika Tubb, we looked this up, but we trying to figure out where this came from. They just told us that because they didn't want us taking them older men from them older women.
That's exactly where it came.
That's what it was.
That's exactly where it came.
However, I'm gonna ruffle a little feathers here. Do you think older men are getting with these younger women because they can mold them? Because you're saying less drama.
The thing about it is I won't completely say that ain't happening. Now I ain't gonna lie. I think it's a combination of both. I think it's a combination of, you got some men that, like I said, they value the youth and the beauty. They do. It's real talk. You got some that want one that they think is naive and they control. I think it happens on both sides.
So when we so we're going to talk about younger women and older men. Do you think when the family intervenes in that situation, it's a bad thing? You can't help who you fall in love with. But I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody that's 40-some years old go to trying to talk to my daughter, I'm going to swear you a pedophile because she looked like.
But the thing about it is that you're automatically protected, but they're your daughter. But you can't say a man a pedophile because your daughter is 23 and she out there being fast, want her older man. Your daughter is not 18, 17.
But this is the thing. She looks like she.
Like I told you, I wouldn't even look at her on my peripheral vision because she looks so young.
For a grown 47-year-old man to be, you don't even know how old she is unless you walk up to her.
No, but the only reason I said that because you put an age number out there. You said 23-year-old, meaning I know this person is 23. I don't think you got the right to call a man a pedophile for that. Now, if I don't know that somebody is looking with your daughter, I ain't gonna lie, she about 17, to be honest. And that's reaching. 17 is reaching.
12.
But you said my 23-year-old daughter.
Bleep this out because she hate when we say, because she swears she big rye, y'all. Bleep this, Natasha, bleep this out. No. Go ahead, Cam.
No, but it's just the thing about it is like, you know, even I know you're not being like super serious, but don't throw that terminology around like, oh, I'm gonna swear you're a pedophile because somebody, you know what I'm saying? Come on now.
I understand that. I understand not to throw it around.
If she looks of age, then I can understand you. Okay, doing a double take.
Well, the thing about it is you never may have known that guy may have said, "Hey, excuse me," and then she said, "Hey, well, I'm gonna let you know I'm not 17. I'm 23 years old."
Well, why is she only saying excuse me to somebody that looks like she's 15, 16?
I ain't gonna be able to win with you, no matter what. Hey, Chris, and man, appreciate it, man, and you know I really appreciate the information, man, that you dropped, giving the different perspectives on how to look at things. Appreciate you coming on the show. Also, Uncle Junior, thank you for your input as well.
Said his wife is younger, which is nothing. We're not saying that anything is wrong with that.
Hey, y'all, Uncle Junior, my brother, right? I love him. I'm putting him out there. That's my boy. That's my boy. I love you, Uncle Junior. That's my boy and his wife right there. They sent me a Christmas card. That's my boy. This dude is solid. And I love him to death. He's a man that I look up to. And just showing some love, man.
We love Uncle Junior. He come over here and he come and start some stuff sometimes, but we love you. He
starts some stuff and then he goes over there to the Uncle Junior Network. But what are you gonna say about younger women?
He said that his wife wanted to be a wife. I got married very young. I wanted to be a wife. I still want to be a wife. It just, things happen and, I got divorced. So and I don't know, because I'm like in the middle. I'm not even 35 yet. I'm almost there. But where do men get that women don't want to be wives? Because I know.
Because it's just off what that individual man has dealt with. It's what that man has dealt with. All he can go off of is the historical data that he had for the women that he dealt with. And I ain't gonna lie, it doesn't. Now, it messes up. It goes wrong when he says all women. When he says women don't want. No, he has to say the women that I've interacted with didn't want. You see what I'm saying? And I have to catch myself up doing that too, because you got it's based off maturity. Because there are some young girls that's really, they already know what they want. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, y'all women do be maturing a lot quicker than we do. Because I ain't gonna lie, it took me about 43 before I'm about 43 years old. Before I started getting it somewhat together. You know what I'm saying? But you do got some younger women that they know what they want. You know what I'm saying? And they want to be wives, and they don't. And sometimes that's by upbringing. Some have cultures where this is what they seen the mom and dad and stuff was instilled in them, and that's what they go off of. But I think that upbringing, can kind of help with that maturity. But then some know what they want and some don't. What do y'all think?
Well, I agree with you, Cameron, but I also think when you look on social media, your algorithm is already set for what you're looking for. So I don't think
no, set for what you've been looking at.
What you've been looking at. So you may not see women talking about wanting to be married, wanting to be in a relationship, wanting to have children, especially if you don't follow a lot of women, social media. The ones that actually have content on YouTube that are talking about this stuff, because what we see is a whole bunch of trash and stuff on social media. We get engulfed in that trash, and then we don't see anything else positive that is actually going on. So now I'm looking at this now. Every time I'm going on social media, this is what I'm actually seeing. Only because I watch one video or two videos. I'm not saying that's what people do, but when we get engulfed into men against women, women against men. This girl got the BBL. This dude, he on child support. He got this, he got that. So when we actually have, the topic is, why do we let friends and family dictate our relationship? But sometimes, do we actually need our friends and family to actually wheel us back in because we don't went off on the deep end? All of us have said, and I think it's the consensus, you love who you love. If you find somebody and you feel like that is the person for you, you love that person. But Jazz, as my sister, might could see something that I don't see, those red flags, because I want to be in love so much.
But see, the key word you said, Jazz, as your sister, which Jazz know, hey, I need to be attentive to this because I know my sister is not hating on me. She got my best interest. She loves me and she wants what's best for me. That's why Jasmine can value what she said. Okay. It's all about where the information is coming from.
I agree.
That's what I mean.
I agree. Okay, y'all. Sterling, we miss you if you watching.
Sterling somewhere strolling, child.
Look, and he better not crease them ones he got on. You know,
he's somewhere strolling.
Is Sterling gonna crease them shoes? Hey, thank you for all of the feedback. You know, most definitely, Authentic Ears, we're here to give our opinion, take the opinions of others, collaborate, and pretty much see perspectives with a mutual respect for the men and the women. At no time these are our own personal opinions and based off what we have been through in life or what we have seen. Been around a while. I ain't been around that long, but I'm almost there. But we've been around a while. We've seen different things. And a lot of times we want to share. I ain't gonna say a lot of times, but we want to share our experiences and also get the experiences from the audience to see what they say because
good night, Uncle Junior.
We get caught up in a vacuum, especially on social media, and that's all we see. We don't see anybody else saying, "Hey, well, look at it this way, look at it that way." Because, like for me and Cam, I feel like if you're 40 something, you shouldn't be looking at no little girl that look that old. But when Cam talked about it, he said maybe that's not what he's looking at. Maybe you can't put everybody in a box or whatever. So as always, Authentic Ears is always going to be real, raw, and relevant. We're going to bring it to you all the time. Hey, subscribe to Bold and Driven. Like, share this video. Chris, thank you for calling it Christopher. I hate when people shorten my name and I ain't tell them to. You know, my name, I ain't tell you that was my name. You done shorten my whole name, Christopher. Thank you for calling in. Great insight. You know, that gives somebody something to think about. Tell the ladies they might want to tune in because he has some stuff that he needs to say. Uncle Junior is always on here starting a whole bunch of stuff. Go on over there to his network because he's going to be stirring the pot, JD. Everybody.
Yeah, Uncle Junior show comes on Wednesday, 7. Uncle Junior, and can you drop the time again in the message? Because I know it's right before I go to church, but I know you're on the East Coast and I'm on Central Standard Time. So I think it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Uncle Junior Network. I'll be going out of town this Wednesday, so I don't have to go to church. So I will see the whole show this Wednesday, fellas. And I'll be on there. And yeah, man, I appreciate the love and support that you show us.
And y'all check this out. If you need a platform, you need a hot producer, come on over here to Bold and Driven. We got y'all. We bringing nothing but the real. And you can actually be yourself over here. You ain't got to water it down. You know, you just tell them what you want. They just dress it up for you. Dress it up and make it good for you. But hey, holler at us. We back here Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tune in tomorrow to Mr. TMI. He always got some hot. And he always giving TMI on every show.
Too much information.
Look, I be like, okay, I don't even know what to say. I be at lost for words. I could barely even comment because he just dropping in there. But hey, y'all, we love y'all. Sterling will be back next week for the ladies. I just feel like the ladies ain't coming because Sterling ain't on here.
I know.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is. And then y'all, hey y'all.
They probably watching the game. They want to be wives. So they with them men trying to learn the game.
You try to crack.
My voice fan game.
Yeah, because I'm finna go cake because I'm trying to be a wife.
I
love y'all. Peace. We out.
Real raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the days since I was legit. Real raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the days since I was legit. Real raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the days since I was legit. Real raw, relevant, that's just it, yeah. I've been by the days since I was legit. Represent, that's legit. Ask your mom about it. Coldest story ever told. When the storm had hit my home, I was out there on the road. I ain't had nowhere to go. They used to turn their nose, hey man, they done